Hey everyone, this is a guitar tutorial for Watch Your Mouth by Josiah Queen. But wait, it's not just a guitar tutorial because there's a ukulele involved. And yes, I'll be teaching you the ukulele part as well, so it's a 2-for-1. Before we begin, please consider subscribing to my channel, give this video a like, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. And in addition, if you'd like to see any of the gear that you see today, well, there are links in the description below. If you'd like, you can donate to the channel by clicking the 3 dots next to the like button, and you can go from there, and I really appreciate it. Check out my book called How to Save Catholic Schools. It's available on Amazon right now, and it actually turned 2 years old. If you'd like to check out some merch that's available, you can go click the link for that as well, along with my email list. And if you click on that, you get my top 8 tuning tips that every musician should know for free. All right, grab your acoustic guitar first, and then we'll talk about some ukulele stuff in just a moment. But let's start with the acoustic first. So get ready. Here we go. All right, like I said, you're going to need your acoustic, and thankfully, there's no capo. We're going to be playing in the key of C, and here are the following chords. C, C over B, A minor, F, and G. Now you might get away with an F2 here and there, or the traditional F chord that you could play. So there's different ways to play that, but honestly, the hardest part of the song is not playing, because there's certain parts that the acoustic does not play, and that's where the ukulele comes in. And I have to give a shout out to some of my friends at church, Brad and Allie Moneymaker. Thanks so much for providing the pickup that I'm using, because if I mic'd it up with the AT2020, it's not going to be bad, but I'd rather have a pickup so I can talk to you and play at the same time. So the chords you're going to need to know on the ukulele are obviously the same, but they're going to be played slightly different. Like C is played this way, the A minor, G, the F. Now, when he starts out playing a C chord like that, where you're on the 7th fret, and that's all you really have to play. So there you go. Now, never fear. Even if you don't have a ukulele, you can still play the whole song with just one or the other, right? Maybe you're a ukulele person and you want to play the whole song with just ukulele. That's totally fine. I'm going to put the chord diagrams on screen for you. And same thing for my acoustic players. If you'd like to play acoustic the whole way through, that's fine. But just note, again, the hardest part of the song is not playing at certain parts, because sometimes the ukulele stops as well, and there's a lot of stopping points in this song. But again, like I said, I'll put the chord diagrams on screen for you. I'll say them as we go along, and after that, we'll talk about some strumming patterns that we'll all have to do. So get ready. Here we go. C, C over B, A minor, G, F, C,
I know that I'm not good enough. No,
A minor,
I will never measure up. My
F,
hands are about to
C,
It's hard to get about a bed. I look
A minor,
to the sky and I say I'm
F,
done. I'm done.
C,
And he said,
G,
"Watch
C,
yourself, boy. Told you
C over B, A minor,
the holes in
G,
my
F,
hand show you have all my love.
C, G,
You're my
C,
God, you're the apple
C over B, A minor,
inside
G, F,
you have all my love.
C, G, A minor, G, F, A minor, G, F, C,
My dearest of apologies, the
A minor,
finding of the death of me, I found
F,
the love.
C,
I give up giving in the lies.
A minor,
Cheating on my debts for life. I
F,
meant what you said to me.
C, G, A minor, G, F, A minor, G, F, C, A minor, F, C, G, C, A minor, F, C, G, C, C over B, A minor, G, F, C, G, C, C over B, A minor, G, F, C, G, A minor, G, F, A minor, G, F. Well, everyone, I hope that I was able to help you out with that tutorial, and that certainly was an adventure. It's the first time I've ever done that, teaching you guys 2 instruments at once. Let's talk about the acoustic guitar first and those strumming patterns. Now, the ukulele actually has more of a prominent role when it comes to strumming because there's a lot of variations to it. But with the guitar, at least you got 2 flavors. So hear me out. We have just those whole notes. And of course, the breaks at most of the end of each phrase or verse. So when we play those, we want to strum down, obviously, C, C over B, A minor, G, F, and then choke it. Now, I try to do 2 things at once when I'm cutting that chord off. I'm lifting off my hand just a little bit on the fretboard, but I'm also putting this part of my palm, don't know the medical term for that, but I'm putting that next to the bridge so that I can silence those strings. Next, when I'm going to a big chorus, this is the strumming pattern I'm going for. Of course, I'll do it slower. And even slower. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. And that's pretty much what you're going to do for a big portion of the song when the acoustic kind of comes in. Now, obviously, you got to be patient because the acoustic does start the song, but it kind of takes a back step when the ukulele comes in and for the first verse, and then it kind of waits till the next chorus to come in. So you have to be patient in order for the song to blossom because you don't want to play loud the whole time, and you don't want to play the whole time, even if you do have some dynamics to yourself, but make sure that you're letting the other instruments play, like our good friend, the ukulele. Now, I'm not going to play it with a pick. You can choose to play with a pick or not. It really doesn't matter if it's easier for you, but just understand it's not necessary, especially when you're trying to do a traditional way of playing the ukulele. Also, when I played it for you, it was probably the easiest way to show you the chords the way I filmed it. But all that to say is you're playing a C chord when you start, but you're putting it on the 7th fret. So really, you're playing that high E. And hopefully I wasn't that out of tune when I was actually playing just a moment ago. Now, that's what you're going to start when you play the very first portion of the ukulele part. You can choose to play with the acoustic at the beginning, but that's not how the recording starts. Let the acoustic guitar shine, and then you come in on verse 1. Now, for the little melody lines like the da-da, you can actually play that on acoustic like I did in the tutorial because I don't have a low G string that this ukulele has. It's high G, C, E, and of course high A, and of course I know that's a little out of tune, so I apologize, but it is what it is. The one thing that you might want to think about when you're playing the song, if you want to play it appropriately, is making sure that you have a low G string ukulele. But all that to say, you can play that melody line on the acoustic. Now, you might have noticed that variation of the G chord. right there like that. And again, I apologize for that intonation. I should just pause and tune for you guys, but I'm almost out of battery, so I just gotta ramble on real fast. You can play G like this, that's fine, but when you're hearing that, obviously you want to make sure that your pinky's starting here on the 7th fret. When you go down to A minor, it's not just a regular old A minor you might learn from a book, but you're putting that pinky down also on the 3rd fret. And then when you switch between the verse to the chorus, you're going from that high E sound from the C chord going to G, which is basically a G with a D on the very top. So that's all that you're playing. And it's kind of like if you played a G triad on the keyboard, G, B, D, that's what you're really hearing, that D note. Now that same strumming pattern I showed you on the acoustic applies to the ukulele. You can do that totally fine, it'll work, and it'll be okay. Now remember, you want to make sure that those breaks happen in between each section of the song and that you're not playing all the time, because there's some parts that of course you're gonna have to take a break from. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, comment below on what else you'd like to see in the future. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can actually do that by clicking the 3 dots next to the like button. You can go from there, and I really appreciate it. Check out my book called How to Save Catholic Schools. It's available on Amazon as we speak. You can also check out my merch. It's available in the description as well through a link. And of course, you can join my email list. If you do, you get my top 8 tuning tips that every musician should know for free. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a great week. God bless.